earGROUND Radio. New voices amplified.
Voices amplified. earGROUND.
Hello, greetings. Thank you so much for tuning in and welcome to earGROUND, New Voices Amplified. My name is Plot Mark and welcome to the program that brings you some of the amazing new voices from Zimbabwe. And we're coming to you at a time when Zimbabwe is mourning, and we're mourning a legend, an artist whose music spoke to us for years. For nearly a decade, he has been entertaining us in our homes, in our communities, in our schools, and also in the diaspora. Shibaba, Soldier Love, Conquering. He was known by so many names. He's one person who transformed and changed and shaped the street lingo because of the power of his music. May his soul rest in peace. So today I'm joined by KRISS NEWTONE, who's an artist, a hip-hop artist. Welcome to earGROUND.
Plot, thanks so much for having me.
You're most welcome. Soldier Love is gone.
Yeah.
How did you receive the message? What was your reaction?
It was quite unexpected and quite sudden noise. Something that just came out the blue. It's not something none of us expected, because especially lately, like 2021 has been a bit low on the death rate compared to 2020 as far as icons are concerned. So I was really devastated because Soldier Love was inevitably influential. Like no matter what genre you did, Soldier Love like influenced everyone. So yeah, it really weighed down on me a bit because yeah, he was really an icon. He was really a legend, and I really do hope that his soul rests in peace.
Great. And you're talking there about his influence cutting across genres. You as a hip-hop artist, how did you relate to his music, the lyrics that he sang, and the style that he was doing, which is mainly Zim dancehall?
What I respected most about Soldier Love's music was that Soldier Love didn't tell a Zimbabwean story. He didn't tell my story. He didn't tell a story of like somebody's story in an era we grew up in. He told his own story. But then through telling his own story, you could always find a way to, to relate. Soldier Love was, I can say in one word, it was real. It was really real. And you could see that when it was on a track and it was speaking about his life and things that will be going on, you would actually relate as if you were walking in his shoes. And I believe that no matter what genre it is, that is the main purpose of music, to touch souls. And I believe that Soldier Love was one person who, through telling his own story, made other people reflect, and he was the pinnacle of influence. So he was an icon across all genres. Soldier Love was just an icon.
Deep. Thank you so much for those profound words. And to all the fans and everybody who loves Soldier Love, he might be gone, but I think he's going to be with us for generations to come. His name will always be remembered. His music always speak to us today, tomorrow, and forever. Coming to you as an artist, most people might want to know who is KRISS NEWTONE.
KRISS NEWTONE is a 22-year-old hip-hop artist who hails from the city of Masvingo, born and bred here, based in Masvingo. I do hip-hop, and also I'm also vibrant in the poetry field. So as many people might know, hip-hop and poetry are always like that, intertwined. So I'm also into a bit of producing as well. And yeah, basically, KRISS NEWTONE is mostly an all-rounder. I'm also into art. I play around with the brushes and paint a bit, but mostly people know me as a hip-hop artist and a poet. And yeah, I'm only just trying to break through the music scene with a new project that I just first released recently.
Wow, great. We're going to talk a bit more
Yeah.
about that new project that you just dropped. But the name KRISS Newtone, I use the Isaac Newton of hip hop. Where did the name come from?
Yeah. Oh no. A lot of people ask me that, and that's why there's an e at the end. That's what makes it different from Newton. So this new tone is me implying that Chris is like my real name is Christopher Vembo. So
Okay.
Chris is a diminutive from Christopher. And
Mhm.
then the new tone part is I'm a new school rapper, so I'm just implying that I'm bringing a new sound. I'm trying to bring like new vibes. I always try to make sure that whenever I'm writing something, whenever I'm delivering something, like if someone hears it, I don't want them to think, "Ah, I've heard this sound before from
Yes.
an artist so and so." So it has to be something vibrant. It has to be something new. It has to be something novel. So then the new tone part always implies like bringing a new wave, new ideas, and a brand new sound.
Wow, great. And you're talking about a new sound, new vibe. And I remember one of your tracks. I think it was actually the first track that I had from you. It's called Revolution. And I thought to
Oh yeah.
myself, what is the goal? And from what you have explained, I start to see where exactly you're heading. Um,
Yeah.
you dropped a couple of tracks. You dropped Avatar, you dropped Sipambi, and now you've got Sango, the official track is out. Um, Take us through the music that you've dropped. What does it talk about, and how has been the reception so far?
All right. The music I dropped about the first song that I dropped was a track called Rich Dad Poor Dad. Rich Dad Poor Dad was a conscious rap track that I released in 2019, January 2019. That was actually my first ever recorded song.
Right.
Revolution was me, telling my story about how I grew up, and how society might accept you if I'm talking to you right now,
Yes.
like let's say we're in school and you're like, "Ah, that guy's English is fluent, he's probably
Yes.
from the
Yes.
suburbs, something like that."
Yeah.
So in Rich Dad Poor Dad, in conclusion I was saying that um like just because like you come from the from the jets, or you come from the ghetto, doesn't mean that that relates to how you speak or how you talk, whatever. That's the whole story behind Revolution, behind Rich Dad Poor Dad. And after that I dropped Revolution. Revolution is, in itself what the title implies. It's a rap revolution. So that was just me, trying to address a few social issues, a few economic issues that we're facing as everyday Zimbabweans. And moving on from the Rich Dad Poor Dad and Revolution, they were my two conscious rap joints. And
Yes.
then I decided, no, I think it's time to like hype it up a bit. It's time to give people something, they can, work out to. They can like feel fierce, and something that has a
Yes.
bit more punch. Yeah. So then after that, that's when I introduced Avatar, and I introduced Avatar with a disclaimer
Yes.
that Chris Newton is not the Avatar. The Avatar is a different person. The Avatar is like an alter ego. Uh, that when I exit the Avatar state, I'll be back to releasing conscious music again.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah,
Great.
that's the whole point. Yeah, that's the whole point, because if you listen to Avatar, the first line is Chris Newton is not the Avatar. The Avatar is an elevated, a more powerful form of Chris Newton. So then there's an era. It's like there's the rich dad poor dad Chris Newton, and then there's the Avatar. The Avatar, I
Yes.
believe, is a state, and it's a phase that is going to pass and might return again, because I also released Sipambi in the Avatar state as well, because
Yes.
it maintains the same energy, the same hype, the same punch. And then
True.
after that, I also released Sango in the Avatar state as well, as long as all the other projects.
This is quite fascinating. I find it very, very interesting because from what you're saying, I look at an artist who's well read, who's very deep. Like, what kind of material do you consume? You mentioned Rich Dad Poor Dad, and then I thought of Robert Kiyosaki.
Robert Kiyosaki,
Then
yeah,
I
yeah.
thought of the avatar, and I'm like, okay, what feeds your inspiration? What sort of content do you feed on?
I read a lot. I feed on a lot of I read a lot of books and a lot of online content. I watch a lot of documentaries. I dig deep into space knowledge, and yeah,
Area
I'm
51.
that kind of a Area 51 exactly. Like if you listen to a song like Area 51, you know that this person actually like did a bit of
Yeah,
research. So
yeah.
I'm a wide reader. I read in every area. I don't know. I just any piece of content that I can find interesting, I'm always willing to learn something new. And I always try to use the internet not to just absorb, junk
Yes.
knowledge. I want to know more about, life, different philosophies, how different people look at life, and even Avatar. Avatar is actually an animation,
Yeah.
but then through that animation, I actually got to know that the writing behind it is deeper than just a kids show, because you'd find out that he would when he would concentrate, always his mind, and when his flesh and spirit were in sync, he would reach the avatar state and he would
Yes.
elevate to the cosmos. And I believe that that is not something that can just be written by a person who's just writing for the sake of entertainment. So I just
Yes.
try to draw, the deeper meaning between any, whether even if it's just a movie or it's animation. I try to draw the deeper meaning from that content so I can apply it into my craft.
Great. And who are you targeting? Because I'm thinking to myself, does your audience or the general fan manage to sort of deduce and decode the meaning and the message in your lyrical content?
Well, I can say my audience is broad, but I believe that I try to make music. If a layman listens to the music, uh, they'll definitely be captivated by the flow. They'll be captivated
Yes.
by the switches, the way I change my voice,
Mhm.
and maybe just a funny one liner. And also, if there's someone who tries to dig deep in the lyrics and they hear a line like, let's say, I might be new to these keys, but my soul has been roaming the streets since Brianna Handa was hanged on a tree and Jay Tonga got blown up in his whip. They also like capture that are like, no, this is actually,
Yes.
something. So I try to cater something for everyone. If there's a person who loves melody, I use beats that have got melody so a person can be captivated by that. If a
Yes.
person is captivated by a flowless flow, I try to make my flow as perfect as it can be. And if a person is captivated by deep lyrics, I try to make sure that there's always deeper meaning, behind each and every song, that I write. So I tend to grab, the audience, like those who are deep into lyrics and those
Yes.
who will just listen to the music, for the sake of pumping.
Wow. You know what? I've had a number of interviews with hip hop artists, but I must say that this is one of the most outstanding conversations that I've had with a hip hop head. I really feel schooled. I feel empowered from just the conversation. And thank you so much for imparting that knowledge. But what sort
Thank
of
you,
music
thank
do you
you.
listen to? I mean, who's on your playlist? What sort of influences musically uh, did you have as a kid?
Uh, I only started listening to hip hop when I was very old. I think it was 13 when I started listening to hip hop.
Right.
By accident. I was actually playing a flash and I was looking for some Zim Danzo songs. And then I came across,
Mangoma.
some fire hip hop, Mangoma. And growing up, absorbed a lot of Biggie Tembo, out of Africa. Absorbed a lot of Alec Macheso, a lot of Leonard Jagata, a lot of Nicholas Mazbaba Zakaria, Hosea Chipanga, all those people. I absorbed a lot of Sungura growing up uh, because that was the music that was there and that was the
Yeah.
music that our fathers listened to, and we really had no choice. But then I really enjoyed it. And even up to now, those are the songs that always remain in my playlist because they always take me back there. Plus, now that I know music, I appreciate Sungura for the richness, in sound, if hip hop can sample a sungura, lead guitar and make something out
Yes.
of it, that means that they're taking from a deeper, from a greater source, from a more creative source. So I've always appreciated that. And yeah, I listen to a lot of hip hop as well, local artists, and I listen to Zim Danzo, and yeah, I also love a bit of what's the genre? I'm trying to find a word
Okay.
for the genre. Uh, it's not Sungura, right? People like Echiwoni Somaraere. What genre is that?
Okay. Um, some would call it Afrofusion. It is a bit of traditional sound, and then a bit of jazz, and then yeah, it's a mixture. I think I would just call it Afrofusion.
Afrofusion, yeah. So I also absorb a lot of Afrofusion. Yeah,
Great, great. Well, whenever we think of hip hop, a lot of people think of Harare. But if I think of Maswingo, Noble Styles come from there. Django Loco comes from there. Alchemy, though he
yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
do hip hop. And it's one of my favorite towns, actually, Maswingo. I think I've done more shows in Maswingo
yeah, yeah.
than in other place in Zim. And there is so much talent that I see in Maswingo. But how has been your experience trying to break into the hip hop scene and you doing hip hop from Maswingo? Did you ever face that sort of barrier because of your location?
I feel like if this if we were having this conversation 8 years back,
Mhm.
I would definitely be saying that I was having, a challenge trying to break, into the market. But then fast forward to right now,
Yes.
with with the push and the drive that the power of the internet has given us, I would say that I have an equal chance that a rapper from Harare has. I've got an equal chance that a rapper from Blawayo has, as
Mhm.
far as reaching out to the people is concerned, because social media is not geographically biased. Social media is not geographically biased. Even if I'm in Weza, as long as I've got 3G internet connection, I can reach out to the same fans that
Yeah.
someone in the UK has. It's all about pushing content via media. All my content that I've been pushing has been via the internet. I have never done a lot of shows, especially now that when I actually started releasing music, that is when lockdown happened. So then the internet has always been there to meet my audience, to get music to the end user. So I might say that everyone is an equal chance. Gone are the days when other artists at the upper hand. Now everyone has a fair and equal chance because of the power of the internet. So then I'm very grateful. What a time to be a rapper, man! Like the internet is for everybody. Yeah. So
Great.
yes,
The
it's
internet
been fair.
is for everybody, like you say, and um, my colleagues in the industry, Denzel Sambo as well as Ninja Rizzi from Zimtainment, um, they speak highly of you. They've for a very long time been talking about you and saying, amongst the next crop of artists that are going to really break the new frontiers as far as taking Zimbabwe's music internationally, urban music, that is, you're one of the artists that they mention. And I second that. I support that.
Yeah.
What's your
Thank you.
feeling? You're most welcome. What's your feeling with regard to um, the future of Zimbabwean music and your role in that space in trying to really take Zimbabwean music to where most people want it to be?
Well, I love the fact that you say Zimbabwean music, and not just Zimbabwean hip hop. Yeah, because there's always been that thing that hip hop has, been considered like an underdog as far as genres are concerned. But then, yeah, I'm very grateful that you say that as far as pushing Zimbabwean music is concerned. And then, yeah, to answer your question, the future for Zimbabwean music in general is like very, 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 very bright. there are artists who are popping up doing great things. And I'm also appreciating the fact that Zimbabwe is trying to it's not starting to get used to the ideas that there are other genres besides what they're used to, what they grew up listening to. There, people are starting to adopt hip hop. People are starting to adjust to the new normal. And I feel like if we keep up at this pace, in the 10 years from now, we're going to be talking big things, big collaborations with other international artists, because we are starting to push our own content. We are starting to push our own, even if it's hip hop, people are now adjusting to the fact that no, this music is actually dope, which is something that wasn't there many years from now. There were only, like, I don't know, maybe three genres in Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
But now people are pushing music, and people now, back to the internet again, a lot of people now have access to the internet. So we see artists who are winning awards. Like, sometimes I'm shocked when I hear, no, this artist has won this African award because people voted. But I'm like, I didn't know Zimbabwe had that many people, who can actually vote
We
for
could actually
artists.
vote and support. Yeah, yeah.
Like that. But then it's happening. And I also believe that if the Mama Awards had gone through, ASAP was going to back that, because
Benefit.
people were actually, yeah. I saw the support on Twitter, I saw the support on Facebook, on WhatsApp, everywhere. People were pushing vote for ASAP, vote for ASAP. So then, yeah, if people continue with that same attitude towards music, I believe that yeah, we're headed for one hell for big musical country.
Great, great, awesome. We're about to wrap up our interview, but
Mhm.
I would want to know your future. What are your future plans? What is coming from Chris Newton, music-wise, and any collaborations or just any projects that you're hoping to achieve, short term, in the next 12 months, and in the next 5 years?
All right. In the next 12 months, well, so far I'm really optimistic, and I'm really glad, and I'm really satisfied and grateful for the hype and the support that I've been getting. And in the next 12 months, I believe that by the end of this year, I would have managed to collaborate with a lot of big Zimbabwean artists. And even if it's not about collaboration, that recognition is something I appreciate, because it's always something that will go handy. So what I would say is something that I know for certain, because something that I can influence, because collaborations is always about the other person, whether they're interested or not. But then on my part, I really want to plot a perfect discography. I'm going to be releasing a lot of music, a lot of visuals. I'm going to be feeding my own pages with content, because I believe that when the day comes, and it will, because there's always that day that comes when you least expect. When it comes, I want to make sure that people come and they find content lined up, so they have enough content to go a whole year. Or like, no,
Yes.
so this artist had been making music all along.
All
He's
this
got
time,
like
yeah.
3 EPs. He's got videos and stuff. So I want people to feed off that. So then, what I can promise people for the next 12 months is I'm going to be releasing a lot of content, and I will keep on working hard, so that when the day comes, there will be content coming through. And then, as far as 5 years are concerned, I believe
Yes.
that in a year like 2026, I definitely would have broken the Zimbabwean border barrier. I want to
Yeah.
work with other artists. I want to, have cultural and musical exchange with artists beyond Zimbabwe's borders. And also recently partnered with this management agency called Ed Square Music.
Yeah.
And they also have been very helpful, as far as getting my music out there and
Right.
distribution is concerned. So then I want to make sure that, as of now, I want to make sure that I develop my brand and I plot my discography. And then in the next 5 years, definitely put Zimbabwe on a higher level and reach more, global audience.
Wow, putting Zimbabwe on a high level, you've heard it. Chris Newton is plotting a big plot, and as the plot thickens, let's keep our ear on the ground and see how things work out. But definitely, I see you going that direction. And when you look at the new crop of artists, the Anita Jackson, the Pop Train, uh, the K-Chaps, Holy 10, how do you feel? Because these are coming from a completely different background, where the music was predominantly gospel, sungura, or zindans.
Yeah, when I look at these artists, they they I don't know, they refurbish, they strengthen my faith and in myself, because I see a person like Holly 10 who, like, completely Hollyton, no melody whatsoever, just just rap, and he managed to break through. So then when I look at the likes of K-Chaps, Hollyton, Pop 10, this young breed, I'm also convinced that definitely I'm going to make it, because they're from where I'm from, they're from where we're from. I'm talking about a new voice of artists who are trying to bring something new. Because if you look at K-Chaps, I don't think nobody had made a song about an ex leaving, Juicy before, but then it's something new and people accepted that. So then I also believe, so since all these people are also new tones, they're also bringing new things. So I was like,
Right.
almost like, yeah, everyone, because Pop 10 like is a new sound, and Interjection, new sound, K Chaps, Holy 10, the same thing. So then if they're bringing something new and people accept it, then definitely what I have to bring on the table, people are also going to accept, and I believe that day is definitely going to come. So then I have faith when I look at those artists. That was, yeah.
Wow. Wow, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate so much. But before you go, if you could drop us a few bars, I don't know which song you just want to sample for us, a freestyle, and then we close the interview.
All right. So let me do a little. I'm gonna do a little freestyle
Great.
called floor manners. All right, from this is from KRISS NEWTONE and not the Avatar. Don't get
Okay,
it
great.
mixed up. Yeah. All right. Okay. I'm the perfect definition of black excellence. I'm breaking these records like plates back in my mama crib. I'm Maleficent, angel of death, murdered these rappers seeking relevance. I'm spelling my victory like freedom fighters in the 70s. I'm a colonizer with this British flow. I'm freaking tall. I reach for the stars and rearrange them when I'm feeling bored. I'm focused on making history. I'm painting all these monologues. Comparing him to me is Hello Kitty to the god of war or the god of thunder. I'm too overconfident to understand why I overflow over time, but I'm still underrated. Why you overthinking about me? You don't understand. But then you're overlooking what I'm hiding in my underpants. Don't forget to pray when you sleep on me. I'm a worst nightmare. The Baba Yaga, a bunch of wangers be trying to fight me. I'm rapping Vegas like she's a present. You feel my presence in this present moment. The past is over, so meet your prophet. Should I go deeper? The past is over. I'm a don though. I'm kicking raps like dojos. You snake dissing a snake hissing. I see you, bro. I finna stack up the door straight to the ceiling though. Bars on top of bars like an upstairs prison. I stay sneezing. The flow is cold, tighter chest when you're whizzing. I'm exposing fake rappers like a loose gauze cleavage. New tone, your new king. No beef, I'm a vegan. Yeah.
Dub. Wow, thanks a lot,
That
man.
was,
Yeah,
thank you so much. Thank that was actually from the top of my head. So I really appreciate that.
great, great. And how do people connect with you on social media? What are your handles?
KRISS NEWTONE across all social media platforms at KRISS NEWTONE, KRISS NEWTONE on Instagram, KRISSNEWTONE, across all social media platforms.
Great, great. KRISS NEWTONE across all social media platforms. You've heard it. My name is Plot. I've been speaking there to an amazing artist, hailing all the way from Masvingo, the great Zimbabwe, and he's doing amazing stuff, amazing music. He's definitely one of the artists to keep an ear and an eye on. He's going to unsettle the music scene with some lyrical content, deep lyrical content. So until next time, stay tuned. earGROUND, your voice is amplified. I'm out.